Good morning, folks. Happy Friday morning. So yesterday, I think we all witnessed what happened in SPX. It gave up all the gains that it had in S&P. So basis that we are again back below this consolidation zone that we had in S&P 4180s being the pivot around that. So any pushback now to 4180 should act as a resistance. 4180, 4160s, okay, should act as a resistance in the market. At the same time, 4135 is a base. Holding that, we expect market to consolidate in this range 4180 4135 before a move up. Okay, hold below 4135, another bearish. So generally S&P is showing some signs of pulling back with late volumes here. So let's see if we can hold these ranges essentially for the day. Okay, so basis that from here on, the market impact I expect to be a little bit of neutral to bullish from our market point of view, but we will open gap down. So and what are the levels we are looking at quickly? First of all, we'll recap the weekly charts here. In weeklies, if you remember, for a long time we had spoken about this 17,400 and 17,950 balance. Okay, so now we have really broken outside this balance as of this week. Okay, we've really broken outside this balance. So in generally, any pushback to 9,950 would be a resistance here on typically, but that's already a very far off level. So the other level that we had in mind is 650 as a target, which we discussed, I think, at the start of the week, which was achieved, and markets are still holding around those levels, 650. So so once we crack below 650, then there is a lot of room for movement typically around, and there are some levels like 550 and then 400 typically. These are the two levels to watch, which we'll see in the weekly, daily session profiles, etc. So I have what I've seen is in the past we consolidated around these regions a bit. Okay, we did put up some volume and consolidation. So I'm expecting if we get below 650, which is the opening today, likely to be anywhere between 550 490 is going to be a bit of a support ranges for our markets. Okay, so if you really open around this range, 550 490 ranges, I'm not willing to short right away, but I'll wait for some sort of a pullback to 650s and then initiate a short 650 680 yesterday's lows and initiate a short. Alternatively, if you hold below 480s, then probably we'll initiate a short for 350s, but my primary trade would be to look for some sort of hold here and then pull back to 650 680 ranges for a short play. Okay, on the long side, the bias will only change if we clear 740 750 ranges in Nifty, which is unlikely as of today at this point. Okay, so the key range today that I'm watching for is 480, 550. Okay, watch for some support to build up here. Watch for some consolidation if it happens and opens for a push higher, and then sort of push lower and rotate in this range. Okay, and the range expansion if we break below 480. Okay, for Nifty. Similarly, on Bank Nifty weekly charts, I think there are key targets below 34,900 and 34,600 levels. Okay, these are the two major targets that we look for. So basis that, I think one area is 34,900 950 on the daily profiles. So if we are holding, opening below that, then any push to 34,950 is expected to see some resistance for a push lower. On the downside, I'm expecting support in this band of roughly 400 to 550 ranges. Okay, any hold below 400, further bullishness, but 400 to 550 ranges, I'm expecting some support. So primary play again, if support comes in here, we look for a long pushback to 950. Okay, and I'm short around 950 960 depending on the order flow. How long can we push? Can we fill the gap or not? That's a different story, but generally short around that. And otherwise, another is a breakdown short below 400 if markets are really weak. Okay, but I'll go with the primary trade of either look for a push here or short here at 950s. Okay, these are the two scenarios we'll really look to play for. On if you look at a little bit of long term charts, okay, as we said, Nifty, we have we have broken outside this range now. Okay, so next range was this, which we have already tested. Below this, for this year, there is not much of a range here. There are some levels, 16,200, as I said, 16,400, and then eventually this is a very strong support at this level. That is where we bounced off. But I think what will happen is largely we see a reaction of 400 odd levels and then see whether, because we've already cracked pretty fast of these levels. So we would like to see a reaction of 400 odd levels, some sort of a bounce and consolidation before the next journey is decided based on global and internal cues. Okay. So don't panic right away at the open. Just watch for some time to markets to settle off and then we react from there on. Okay, guys. Have a good day and have a good session.